Alright, here we are in the final round of Grand Arena 5v5 plus ships for May 26th. Let's take a quick look at how last round ended up. He did attack. I didn't think he attacked. Looks like one attack on First Order, one attack on Night Sisters, called it quits. Yeah, I just assumed they didn't attack at all. So, pretty easy way into the final, and as expected, I'm going against this monster roster in the final, and we'll take a quick look at his inventory. First, we'll just look at his ships. Just because that's a little less depressing for me, but not really. Pretty much all his pilots are maxed out except for Sabine. Just gear 12 all over the place. Pretty much just his Phoenix. And I don't know if he's going to be using anything below this point, but really good shape for his ships. You know, obviously he has Han's Millennium Falcon at 7-star, so going to have really strong Rebel team to go with them. And after that, it kind of looks like he could go Thrawn or Tarkin with all the Empire and Bounty Hunter ships. Now let's take a look at his characters. And this is something I've looked at each of the last couple rounds to see, you know, what I had to look forward to. And this is it. This is a page full of gold, a page full of Zetas. This guy's at 2.6 million GP, and he has pretty much the most efficient roster possible, pretty close to it. So we'll do the normal breakdown, see what he has. Bounty Hunters, Bosk lead. He decided not to go forward with Django Imbo. So kind of the old Bounty Hunters without IG-88 and Bosk. You see just extremely efficient roster here. He only leveled 5 Bounty Hunters. Clones, there's nothing. Droids, he's got a lot to work with here. He doesn't have the Separatist droids, fortunately, but does have General Grievous at gear 11. C-3PO's in there. Probably not going to be a droid team, but still lots of good stuff to work with. Empire, you have the usual gang here. Fortunately, no Imperial troopers. It looks like he's getting started on General Veers and Snow Trooper possibly, but it really falls off there. He doesn't have Death Trooper even. Ewoks, so he had a 7-star C-3PO, so this is good enough. 3 gear 12 Zeta on Sherpa. It's going to be a pretty tough team. First Order, it looks like, you know, barely enough to unlock R2 or BB-8, and didn't go very far beyond that. There's not even a regular Kylo Ren in here. There's just Kylo Ren unmasked. It's kind of interesting. I'm guessing he just chose to pretty much bypass First Order except for unlocking R2D. I keep doing that, except for unlocking BB-8. Really interesting that he chose First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot, because that's so much guild currency to spend that could have been spent on gear. You would think Phasma would be a much faster, easier, more affordable farm, but I don't know. Geos, nothing. We looked at Imperial Troopers, Jawas, nothing. Jedi. Okay, so Jedi Knight Revan with the full meta team, plus Ezra Gear 12 with the Zeta, plus Hermit Yoda Gear 10 with the Zeta. Then it drops off quite a bit. Actually, it almost drops off completely. There's Kanan Juhani and Obi-Wan at gear 7 and 8. and nothing else usable. So not a lot of depth on the Jedi here, but he's got the important ones. Night Sister, this is essentially the Sith Raid Phase 4 team. Night Sister Spirit would be the fifth for strong PvP team. Has the Zeta lead on Asajj and the Zeta unique on Talzin, and hasn't really touched the other two. Old Republic, really strong team here. Has Zalbar geared all the way up, but not mission, so that's kind of weird. T3M4 geared way up, so kind of looks like he's getting ready for Darth Malak, who he does not have unlocked yet, fortunately. Phoenix, it's the minimum to unlock Thrawn plus Ezra maxed out almost. Rebels. So the meta team here, CLS Han Chewie, R2D2, C3PO. And then he also has Ezra, Admiral Akbar, Biggs is in there, probably for his ship. And then it falls off quite a bit after that. Nothing down here is really going to be usable, but really after the Phoenix that's about it. So very, very extreme top heavy on this roster. Resistance has what used to be the best 5 for Phase 1 of the Sith Raid, and then Finn got reworked and stepped in there. Looks like he didn't bring up Finn, but has all the rest of the really strong Resistance team. You know, they're gonna melt through any boss team out there. Rogue One, there's not much here. Do I want to look at Scoundrels? I don't think I need to look at Scoundrels. Separatists, we already looked for Separatist droids. There's nothing Sith. So already at 2.6 million GP, it has a maxed out Darth Traya and a maxed out Darth Revan. And the whole gang to go along with him. He's smart enough to not even invest in Sith Assassin or Sith Marauder. I guess knowing that something else was coming, Darth Malak was coming. So that was pretty fortunate. Got Sith Trooper all the way geared up. Pretty tough couple of teams here. Does he even make 2 Sith teams? So I guess you would have HK-47 with Revan. You'd probably throw Thrawn into one of them. So yeah, there's definitely 2 Sith teams here. Sith Empire, there's HK-47. So yeah, probably Thrawn would be the 5th for this team. Smugglers, he has a 7-star nest that is not Gear 12 yet, but does have the Zeta. It's going to be a really tough nest. Han and Chewie, of course. Not sure why he went forward with young Lando, but Kira's a good lead for nest when you're doing a 2v5. And L337 is really good when she's geared up. And that's about it. So it's got all the meta teams really strong. Rebels, Resistance, Jedi, and Sith Empire, Sith Triumvirate. Really, any offensive team, he can take out anything I could possibly put down, 3 times over. So let's take a quick look at the mod comparison and the Gear 12, and pretty much whatever the bots spit out. So here we go, and this is pretty gross. So he's at the top of his arena and his fleet arena. He has 11 more Zetas than I do. So I have quite a bit more Gear 11, but then he has 17 more Gear 12 than I do. 40 Gear 12 for a 2.6 million GP. That's just nuts. He has 5 characters at Gear 12 plus 5, and then the speed. So It's very rare for an opponent to outspeed me in the grand arenas that I've matched up with, but this guy um, already just blows me out of the water. Look at that, 20 mods with a at least 20 speed secondary. That is just insane. He's got more than double my plus 15 secondaries, and what is that? 44 more plus 10 speed secondaries. So completely outspeeds me by far. So he's got more gear 12, more Zetas, and more speed. This is a very tough matchup. So because of all that, I put just a bunch of junk on defense. I saved everything I have for offense just to kind of that's the only way I see myself having a chance. So you look at this defense, it's just crap. I have Ewoks that are, I guess, okay. And beyond that, I hardly have Gear 11 characters. It's mostly Gear 8, 9, 10. So he started, he took 3 squads and a fleet, and then he left these last 2. I imagine the reason he did that is he's going to see if he needs to 2v5 them or 1v5 them. He just wants to see how many banners I get to see what he needs to do. If I don't get very many banners, if I'm not extremely efficient, he'll just take a safe team in there and 5v5 them. My fleet he didn't have any trouble with. That's the best I got for a second fleet. I need another tank that can taunt, but I don't have one outside of Houndstooth and Biggs. So here's what he said on defense. So he has all of these extremely powerful teams, and he chose to not set his Jedi Knight Revan, not set his Darth Revan, not set his Sith Triumvirate, and then of course he didn't set his Jedi Training Rey or Rebels with CLS Han Chewie. So this defense is very, very beatable. I should clear this, and it's really going to come down to who's more efficient. So he has, probably the 5 best attacking teams in the entire game against my Gear 8 and 9, and I have, I have probably 3 out of those 5. Well, I sort of have 4 out of 5, but I'm way under geared, under Zetaed. But enough to get through these at least. So I'm gonna just try to be as efficient as I can. I was coming in prepared to send 5 teams at a Darth Revan squad and chip away at them and see where I could get, and then having to deal with Traya. And he just chose to save it all for offense. So it's a little more fun for me. Even if I don't win, at least I get to attack. A really good looking Night Sister team here that's all Gear 12, get some good practice on that. I always go against a boss team. This is going to be the best Ewok team that I've ever gone against. And a really good Old Republic plus Nest defensive team. And that's something that we're all going to see a lot more coming up as people try to work towards Darth Malak. Is this Karth lead with a bunch of Old Republic characters. And he's got a Padme in here. I've never battled against a Padme other than the actual Padme event. So that'll be interesting. He's kind of got like a mix up of light side characters. They're all going to benefit from that bonus protection and immune to debuffs stuff. But other than that, I don't really know what to throw at this. That's probably just going to be the most powerful thing I have left over. It's not going to be a debuff dependent team. I'm just going to throw a team in there that hits them really hard. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I still had my overlay on here. There we go. Now you can see their teams. Night Sisters, Bounty Hunters with Bosk lead, Ewoks, Padme, and and Old Republic. So I've kind of mapped out a plan. You know, I know for sure that I'm not gonna get through this without losing protection on most of my characters. So a lot of the times 55 banners is the best I'm gonna hope for. You know, none of these I'm gonna underman. So you know, if I get a chance for 60 banners, that'd be great. He's been extremely efficient. I didn't do the math, but I believe he's above 60 banners average, with including the fleet. So uh, I'll just see what I can do. So first things always first, I'm gonna do JTR against Bosk. You know, that's kind of my automatic go-to. Get me started, get me in the groove. So Bosk has a broken mod set here. Not not really sure why, but he does have a speed set, and then the rest is split. It's got two Zetas on here, plus 99 speed. That's pretty good for Bosk, and looks like he did a tenacity cross, 70% tenacity. So this is a good Bosk. You know, I've definitely gone against much better modded ones in Territory War, but not really so much in Grand Arena. So yeah, you can see the tenacity cross there. So um, Jedi Training Ray hopefully will remove the turn meter, and it's gonna kind of be a coin flip on if I can do the ability block or not. Either way, I think I'm gonna be able to get through it. But yeah, he is very fast. So Boba Fett, usually looking for potency, damage. Really broken mod set here. All he has is a critical chance set. Let's see what he did with the cross protection. So no Zetas on this one, only plus 63 speed, not not really much potency or tenacity added, so not a lot to worry about there, just really high critical chance. So and a lot of protection. So he's going to be a lot harder to kill the first time. I don't remember if he respawns with full protection. He might. So it's just going to take him a little bit more power to kill him, but fortunately he's not super fast. Cad Bane looking for speed and potency. Another really broken mod set. Oh, what do we got here? Hey Andy, thanks for the follow. So, Cad Bane here. Let's see. Usually, you want to see, you know, his purpose here for the most part is to land the stun, but it looks like he's not going to do it. His potency is only 37%. I would hope my resistance team would resist that, but decent speed, plus 78, gives him 191. Ton of protection is going to be pretty tough to get through that. Fortunately, low tenacity. I should be able to land my expose on him as always and control his turn meter. Greedo is probably going to be the easiest kill here. I think he was gear 10. Let's see what he focused on offense. So plus 78 speed gives him 200, and then not much else to worry about here. Health and protection only adds up to 30,000. So he's definitely going to be the one to get out of the way first, just to move on. So Dengar, not much really matters with him. You know, I definitely don't want to get stunned by him, but other than that, I kind of just leave him for last because he's going to go stealth, and I'm not going to be able to prevent it, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. So an okay amount of health and protection for, what was he? I think he was only gear 9. Low potency, so hopefully I resist the stun. So those are the things I look for in Bounty Hunter team when I take my Jedi Training Ray. He's going to outgear me. I'm pretty much gear 11 across the board, with my fin being lower. I think I feel confident enough with this to use fin in place of R2-D2 with my fin being a little under geared. So let's take a look. Actually, I have a squad for this. There it is. So I have 2 of the necessary Zetas. So they're all gear 11, Finn's gear 10. And Finn is good for Grand Arena to recover health and protection on everybody when he taunts after his rework. So I have decent speed, but nothing ridiculous. Um, I think depending on if I can land my exposes and ability block on Bosk, I should be able to finish with all 5 standing. But there's definitely opportunity for things to go wrong. Usually R2 gives me a little extra insurance, but I want to save him for my Rebel team. So I'm just going to show really, really fast what my speed is. So 217 on Ray, 274 on BB-8, and Scavenger Ray is naturally fast too. 251. So I should get the first 3 turns at least. If I land an exposed, Resistance Trooper should get the 4th turn. And Finn is super slow, so I need to work on his mods. Only 176. Resistance Trooper speed doesn't really matter that much. So here we go. Let's see how we do. Okay, so always want to try to take Bosk's turn meter away and land an ability block, but he has high tenacity, so let's see. Okay, I took the turn meter away, but I did not land the ability block. So now we need to get to work. Unfortunately, Ray did get the buff, so she isn't going to get Foresight. So most important thing here is to land Expose on Boba Fett, which I did. Perfect. So now I want to see if I can burn Greedo down and land an Expose. Good. And let's try to stun. Yeah, let's try to stun Dengar. I did not stun Dengar, but I did get an Expose. Okay, so I've got an Expose on 4 of them. That means I'm controlling their turn meter a little bit. So now, what I want to do next is try to expose Bosk to slow him down, and he dodged it. So I have 2 choices here. I can either take Greedo out or get that expose on Bosk. I think what I'm going to do is try to take Greedo out. Okay, now let's see if we can get that expose. Got it. Alright, so controlling everybody's turn meter a bit, but unfortunately I couldn't prevent Boba Fett's AoE. That's fine. Bosk is not ability blocked, so he's going to taunt next turn. So I can either let him do it or I can try to get an ability block again. If I try and fail, then I'm going to be stuck with his taunt. So I think what the best thing for me to do is to let Bosk taunt and then remove the taunt. So let's see if I can get Boba Fett down twice before he gets his next turn. That wasn't good. Oh man, I'm in trouble. Alright, I may have just lost this already. So they got their contract up, BB-8, and I didn't. Oh my god. I've never had one go this poorly before. I didn't even remove taunt from Bosk. I didn't even know that could be resisted. The dispel of a buff. I don't know, but I'm out of it now. I don't have a shot at this. So, yeah, that's the only move I can do here. Only move I can do. I'll just see if I can get Bosk out. Yeah, not much to say about that. I have very, very rarely lost my resistance team to a bounty hunter team. Um, in hindsight, I guess R2D2 would have helped my potency a little bit better, but I landed my expose on all of them. They're not blazing fast. Just kind of had bad luck controlling Bosk. I thought I had enough potency to to remove that taunt the second time, but it didn't matter. So anyway, let's uh, let's see what else I can do. So obviously I've lost the match at this point. If I can't one shot everything, I don't have a shot to win. So we'll just try to win some more battles, get the credits. So the next thing I would do, something I read is I haven't faced an Ewok team like this before. So I heard that Bosk team can actually be a counter for this, but I always use Bosk for defense, except this time I saved everything for offense. So I'm not very confident this is going to work. In fact, let's take a let's take a look at their mods. If they're fast at all, I might be in trouble. I don't really want to start out with 2 losses, so I'll come back to this one. I'm going to do because there's a nest here, I'm going to put in Darth Nihilus, which means my Sith Triumvirate team. Let's just take a quick look at their speeds. I've never faced a Canderous, a strong Canderous before, so plus 90. So I think, I think I should be a decent counter, but who knows? Zalbar speed doesn't really matter that much. 77,000 protection. So the nice thing about Sith Triumvirate team is I've got multiple people that can dispel taunt. T3M4 is another one that I've never gone across a good T3M4 before. And their nest is modded for speed, I believe. Speed and offense rather than super high tenacity. So I should be able to land debuffs on nest. Okay. So let's see. Do I want to do this with Vader? I think I do. Just to get that extra speed and the big hit. So let's see how this goes. Pretty much I want to control Zalbar, and I want to annihilate Nest. So kind of decide who's the most important person to fracture. It's probably just going to be, I'm gonna go ahead and fracture Nest just to prevent the counter attacks. It would either Nest or Zalbar, but I can put isolate on Zalbar to prevent the taunt. So let's just keep the counter attacks down. So yeah, they're definitely going to eat in my protection. Wow, those are huge hits. My goodness. All right, and then yeah, I think Canderous I want to get rid of first, but first we want to isolate Zalbar. And let's get to work on landing some pain, pulling some debuff or turn cooldowns up. Okay, so who can I hit? I have 6 debuffs on Karth, so I may try to go after him here. Perfect. It's ability block Canderous. Perfect. So I really want to try to end up with full protection. Oh, that was a big hit. Nice. Or not full protection. I want to recover full health on Darth Sion, which I should. The nice thing about Thrawn being here, Thrawn is great for Grand Arena offense because you can choose who to top off protection on when he calls somebody over. When he hands over, swaps turn meter with them. It's really, really nice when he does that. Because it can get you a free banner. It can get you two free banners essentially. So get rid of T3M4. It's nice to see a battle, going well for once. So I am going to recover protection on. It looks like Nihilus can gain the most from it right now. Let's get rid of Nest. And that's fine. Let's finish off T3M4. There we go. And then, yeah, at this point, it doesn't really matter how strong Zalbar is. I've kind of kept him disabled the whole time. You know, this team should be way overkill, but I really just wanted to get a win here. Make sure I didn't get completely shut out. So now my primary goal is to see if Thrawn can get 2 more turns to recover protection on somebody else, probably Treya. I don't know if I'm going to get that chance. Probably shouldn't have done the Vader's Culling Blade, but that's fine. If this is a weak hit, I can get it. Perfect. Alright, so let's recover Treya's protection. That might have gotten Thrawn's too. So I should have 3 full protection. I don't think Vader's is enough, but 3 is good enough. Yeah, 58 banners. That's pretty good. Okay, so the next thing, the strongest defense remaining here would be the Night Sisters. We'll take a quick look at how he has these modded. So obviously the both Zetas on Asajj. Um, Another broken mod set, but definitely in critical damage. Offense, so lots and lots of offense, not a ton of speed, but max critical damage. Not much potency, no tenacity. This is modded for pure offense. And let's take a look at Talzin. So they don't get the potency from Asajj lead like they would from Talzin lead. So we'll see here. Let's see what they modded across offense. These are all modded for offense, you'll see. So decent speed here. They're getting plus 30 speed from the Asajj lead Zeta. A little bit potency here, but not near as much as you usually see on Talzin. No tenacity. So it's pretty clear here that this team is modded for tier 4 of the Sith raid. And it wasn't changed before Grand Arena to be more PvP mods. This is a raid team right here. So, you know, I could take Imperial Troopers against here. I'm just not confident enough that they can get through a high health and protection zombie fast enough to get their turn meter train going. I need to work on my mods and my Imperial Troopers. So I'm probably going to take my best team against these just because they're gear 12 with they're the best that's left, right? So Daka is another one that can land a lot of stuns with potency. Decent speed naturally, but no addition to potency here. You never see that on Daka. So hopefully be able to resist any stuns from this team. And Talia is there for the heals and turn meter generation. Saj lead has turn meter generation, turn meter removal. So it's really just going to be them hitting really, really hard and them generating their own turn meter. So I'm going to take my Jedi against them. So there's a chance I could save Bastila for a second team to attack with, but there's not really much to work with here. You know, it would definitely be safest to put her in here, or I could swap in Ezra or Hermit Yoda, but I'm hoping that I won't need 2 Jedi teams to attack with. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with that Bounty Hunter team, but we'll see. Yeah, I think because the Night Sisters are not modded for PvP, I think I'm gonna save a second Jedi team. Maybe maybe I'll pull Hermit Yoda in here. Hermit Yoda for the heals to get rid of Plague, and then I'll just deal with an underman Bastila team if I need it. So yeah, this is kind of a weird composition. You usually don't have Hermit Yoda and Jolie Bindo on the same team, but it's whatever. So this is my arena team, my Jedi. So they have my fastest mods. So the only revives here are going to come, well, 2 free revives, and then from Daka. So I really want to mark either Daka or Asajj, because Asajj is going to do a lot of damage, but I get a free revive myself. I think, yeah, I think my first kill is going to be on Asajj, and then I'll work on Daka after. Okay, might as well get the second if I get a chance. All right, so now they're going to do their thing. Okay, so the next kill matters. So now I'm probably going to start working on Daka. Get rid of those plagues. Okay, so who's going to get the next turn? They are. So this is going to be way overkill, but I want to be sure Asajj is out. Okay, so now I'm looking for opportunities to recover protection. Oh man. Okay, so let's get foresight on him real quick. Okay, so I can recover his health, and then to recover his protection, I can see if Jolie can help him out. Got a little bit back. Okay. So there's no revives. There's nobody left on this team that can do any revives. So now I'm just really just looking for more opportunities, keeping mindful of their turn meter generation, uh, more opportunities to top off everybody's protection to give me max banners. So I definitely have to give Hermit Yoda some more turns. And that's going to come at the cost of them hitting a little bit more. Okay. So let's get Talzin out of here. Pretty much everybody's protection looks good except for Hermit Yoda, so I'm going to just burn a turn here. And I think it's up now. So everybody should be set. Should be able to finish this off. 60 banners. So that was the easy one. You know, obviously using my best team on bounty hunters that are, or Night Sisters that are modded for a raid is way overkill, but it's good to get a win. I'm still stewing over this loss to the bounty hunters. Okay, so let's try this thing against Ewoks. I've never done Bosk bounty hunters against Ewoks before. I just read online that they're a good counter because Bosk can just keep taunting and the Ewoks can't hit hard enough. But he does have a Gear 12 wicket, so I'm not really sure the kill order. You know there's going to be revives, but let's just take a look at their speeds. Plus 77. Remember, this guy outspeeds me across the board and it's not even close. So 234. Plus 74 on Elder. Paplu, make sure. You know what? I don't think I have anybody that can dispel taunt, so I may have to go fast because they're going to revive a lot until I get a chance. Boba Fett can go around taunt though, so this is going to be kind of nuts. This is going to be a crazy matchup, especially with me not knowing what I'm doing. The nice thing about the bounty hunter team is it doesn't matter if they get dazed. So Logray is his main feature is kind of irrelevant to this fight. So let's see how this goes. So I could swap out um, one of these for Cad Bane. I have a Cad Bane at gear 9 or 10. I joined late. What did you lose? So I lost my Jedi training, my Jedi tray. I can't talk tonight. My Rey Jedi training team, my Resistance team lost. I did Finn instead of R2. I was under geared, about equal. Well, I was a little faster even, but just things went wrong. Bosk resisted the ability block, and he got his taunt off, and then I went to wipe his taunt, and it didn't take. So I guess he resisted the dispel of his taunt. So for the first time ever, I was stuck behind a Bosk taunt. And Resistance Trooper didn't get a turn to try to dispel it, and I just got hosed. They took 4 straight turns. Bosk, because he wasn't ability blocked, which I always have him ability blocked. Because he wasn't ability blocked, he got to do his net and call everybody to assist on BB-8, and he one-shot BB-8 from full health and protection. It was really rough. It was really bad. So yeah. Well, so like I said, I'm gonna have to try to do this fast because I feel like this is gonna be in danger of timing out. Um, so I could go for the contract, or I could go. Well, let's go for the contract first. Oh, probably should have taunted. Oh, come on, let me have a turn. Nobody's coming up. All right, so IG-88's probably gonna die, but let's recover some health and protection. Okay, let's see if I have a shot to finish Logray here. Perfect. So he can't be revived. Um, let's get rid of that taunt. I do have somebody to remove taunt. Forgot all about that. And who do I want to not go? Wicket. Let's see if I can stun Wicket. Perfect. And Wicket already went. Whatever. Okay. Got my taunt going. Let's see if we can get rid of Wicket. No. Now we gotta focus on Elder. Yeah, Elder's gonna revive him instantly. That's alright. I'll make him burn his revive. That's fine. Now I can take Wicket out again, maybe. They're doing their shenanigans. Oh, they got rid of Bosk's taunt. I didn't realize that. Okay, do I need to recover health and protection? Probably should. Get an ability block too. Let's go for a kill. There we go. Love it. So now my focus is recovering health and protection. I'm fine if Paplu survives last. I don't think he's going to hit very hard. But I just want to keep feeding that health and protection. Perfect. So it looks like everybody's topped off here. So let's get rid of Chirpa. No. Let's try it again. Alright. So now as long as he doesn't hit hard enough to take down somebody's protection, I should be fine. Nope. Big hits from Greedo. So yeah, that was a really good counter. I can't imagine another situation where I don't put bounty hunters on defense, but I don't know. It's possible. That worked really, really well. Okay, so what do I have left? I have sort of a Bastila team. I have a good 4 rebels, and I have a good Night Sister team, and a few other random pieces. I have a Imperial Trooper team, so I have plenty to attack with. Padme, like I said earlier, I've never gone against. She already has the Zeta, even though she's 5-star gear 9. This guy is ready to burn that Zeta. Um, so my original plan, assuming I was going to win all my fights, was to take CLS against her. Now I'm wondering if I need CLS against bounty hunters because I can deal with the taunt a lot easier than with them. Um, let's let's and my Night Sisters should be able to take out either one. So I think for fun, Drac, you said you joined late. Because I didn't win this first match, I lost. I put terrible defense down, and this guy saved his Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Rebels, Resistance, and Sith Triumvirate with Traya, all for offense. So um, he has a guaranteed win on banners now, and I was just hoping I could get close to 60 banners every fight to put a little pressure on him, but still, he could probably 3v5 every one of my squads and get full banners. Um, so knowing that I can keep my Night Sisters in, I would just like to see, having never fought a Padme team and knowing they're going to resist debuffs, I'd like to see how my Imperial Troopers go against them. So I'm way over geared with my Imperial Troopers, but uh, I don't know if it's a good counter or not. I just know they do big damage. Okay. Actually, I have them as a squad. So really, the only one I'm dependent on debuffs would be Death Trooper. He's not going to land all of his stuff, but hopefully I have enough damage. This is where I really wish I had Range Trooper, and I'm working on him. Let's see how this goes. I didn't check their speeds. They were kind of under geared, so I assume he didn't have his best mods on them. Okay, that's fine. So, same sequence. I think their L337 was under geared, like gear 10, it looks like. So, let's see if this is big enough to wipe her. Not quite, but this should. Nope. Nope. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. So I have full health and protection on everybody, so I'm gonna go ahead and burn my and full turn meter on everybody. So I should have if I kill Biggs here, I should have the next 4 turns as well. Let's see if that's the case. I'm gonna go ahead and burn my death mark on Biggs. So I should be able to take Padme with this. Akbar, and then he escapes. Okay, yeah. That was just raw power against an undergeared team. So yeah, Night Sisters or CLS Rebels. I think the CLS Rebels will be better. Um, I wonder if I could do it. So I'm going to be immune to stun and shock with guard. So I wonder if I could 3v5 or 3v4 it and try to recoup some of those banners. So I'm losing 5 banners, so the best I can do is 55 with a 5-man team. This would probably be pretty dumb because R2D2 would be my 4th. But I don't think they have anybody that counterattacks. I don't have to worry about getting stunned by any of them. And they will recover some protection whenever Chewbacca hits. Chewbacca can get stunned. He can, but the other 2 cannot. So that would be the advantage of R2D2 is I could make Chewbacca stealth. But I'd like to see if this works or not. So it's kind of nice not having the pressure of needing to win or needing to max out my banners to give myself a chance to win. Okay, so Boba Fett was definitely the problem last time, so I'm going to see if I can get him out twice. Let's dispel taunt. Oh, I didn't dispel taunt. Oh, come on, let's try it again. All right, dispel taunt. Let's stun, and let's see if we can knock him out. Perfect. So I need Chewbacca to hit a lot of times to recover all that protection. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Stun. Stun. Perfect. Actually, oh, he did go stealth even though I stunned him. That's fine. So Bosk has buff immunity, so he can't taunt, and he already used his special with the net. But if he did it again, nobody would assist right now. So let's just see if we can get through him. All right, really just need Chewbacca to hit a bunch of times. I don't think I'm gonna have enough of a chance. See, every one of those is bringing Han's protection up a little bit. I just don't think he can do it enough. Getting close. No, not enough. 41 banners. Okay, so second attempt is plus 10. I did not do the math right. I guess I lost. Unused slots was plus 8. So I was only one off the max. The max was... I think the max would have been 40 if I had a 5-man team. So I lose 20 banners. 20 banners for beating it on the first try. Oh, I don't get a chance to see. Let's see if it's the same for ships. First try bonus plus 30, second try plus 10. Yeah, so I lost 20 banners there by not one-shotting it. Since I two-shot it, all he has to do is one shot and he wins. So yeah, let's do fleet. I saved my best top 6 ships, and he did as well. But he has very good secondary ships here. So Thrawn, gear 12. Boba Fett, gear 12, maxed out. Vader, gear 12, maxed out. Ebon Hawk, gear 12, Zeta, maxed out. Like, for secondary ships that don't match his meta rebels, this is a pretty good fleet. So it's not going to be a cakewalk for this, but I have better ships. It's just I'm not geared as well as he is. So nobody in his starting lineup taunts. They're probably going to be faster, so I just have to hope that my Millennium Falcon is at least fast enough to do his first move, his first special, so he doesn't get targeted anymore. Okay. So as long as I can do that move, I should be in good shape. So who's the most important to take out? Probably Karth. There we go. Yeah, let's land this on Boba Fett. Nope, resisted. So Boba Fett has AoE, ability block, 2 different kinds of AoE. So I think I'm just going to let Vader go nuts and try to get rid of Boba Fett. I want to kill him really quick if I was going for max banners, because I don't want Thrawn to get to his ultimate. If Thrawn gets to his ultimate, he gets to pick one of my taunting ships to wipe out instantly. So let's get that buff up on everybody. And yeah, we're going to do Ghost first because it's going to be able to call in Phantom faster. Which I said that backwards. Phantom first to call in Ghost faster. So yeah, they're just chewing down protection on everybody. And so here I can, on basic, I can remove these buffs. No longer counterattacks. Come on, I want to target Vader, please. There we go. Now we get Ghost. So call some assists. And I think I have bonus protection on everybody, except for I don't think I have enough on Houndstooth, and I don't think I have a way to recover that either, so should be pretty close to max banners. 65, that's pretty good. You know, I could have gotten another unused slot, but there's no way I could have prevented Houndstooth from getting hit that much. So yeah, I did get the clear. I got the credits. And let's do the math here. Let's see how efficient he needs to be. So the Conqueror is 270 banners. I'm gonna have to, let's pull up the old calculator. I'm not gonna figure out how to add that to my stream here. So his score is 947, and he's gonna get 270 for the Conquer. So that's 1217. If we remove that from my 1319, 102. So he only needs to get 51 banners per. So he can have below full health and below full protection on all but one of his team members on both of his battles. So if he takes in 5 super strong characters, as long as 2 of them have full health at the end of the battle and they all stay alive, he should win. But that's all right. You know, I was anticipating having to struggle against Darth Revan. Fortunately, I got to try out some new teams, try out some new offenses. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, this guy's roster is just absolutely nuts. I'll put those mods on the screen one last time. This is just crazy. But that's it for the final round. You know, maybe he'll forget about it and forget to attack, and I'll get my first place. But if not, not a big deal. So let's go back to the leaderboard screen. There we go. So that's it for me tonight. I'm going to head to bed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks again, Andy, for the follow. And hope to see you guys again next Grand Arena attack phase. Good night, everybody.